All right. Rampage of the Clan. So, in addition to taking specific deck lists from viewers, I also accept what I refer to as build-around submissions, where you submit a card or idea, and I do my best to try and build around that card or idea. Green-white tokens, 10 out of 10 thump. Is that for the green-white tokens that's currently in the queue, or for a different build? Thank you for the absurd pile of biddies. Either way, let me know. Yep, current one in the queue sounds fantastic. That'll be up right after this one. All right, so for this build-around submission, we've got Rampage of the Clans here, which says, destroy all artifacts and enchantments in play. For each card destroyed this way, you can get each permanence controller gets a 3/3 Centaur token. So we've got food cards like Golden Egg, Goose, as well as Oven, Trail of Crumbs, Omen. Feasting Troll King makes 3 food, which turns into 3/3s. So a lot of incidental ways to make artifacts and enchantments in this deck. Because I was on the food plan anyways, I threw a few Cauldron Familiars in here. You'll note this is a base blue-green deck with just 8 black sources for the cats. We can mill into the cats with Cavalier of Thorns as well, which is great. And Oven has some play with just Uro, so I don't think we necessarily always have to find a cat. And we can make black mana to cast cat with Goose and Golden Egg as well. So I think just 8 black sources is probably plenty for the occasion when we draw cats. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches with this one and see how it goes. I think their polling is very wrong, Don. I think Bernie Sanders has the best chance to beat Donald Trump in the general election because as opposed to trying to pander to people who are willing to vote for Donald Trump in the first place, Bernie Sanders inspires people who otherwise wouldn't be voting to get out and have some change that could actually impact and improve their lives. At the end of the day, I'm going to give everyone a piece of advice that not only applies to the 2020 election, but actually really applies to Magic. Don't metagame. Instead of trying to be smart and vote for who you think you can beat, who will win and who will beat Trump, vote for the candidate that has the best policies. Vote for the candidate that would include or induce the best fundamental change in our country. And that person, in my opinion, is Bernie Sanders. If you think that person is someone other than Bernie, vote for that other person. But at the very least, don't try and vote for some do-nothing candidate just because you think some other random person in a different state that you'll never meet might vote for them. Why, Sticks? If you feel the need to prefix your argument on this channel with to play devil's advocate, just don't open your mouth. The devil has enough advocates. He doesn't need you to advocate for him as well. Arguments that start with the devil's advocate. It's like when someone says, I like you, but everything that comes before the but doesn't matter. All right, so I could gain 1 more life by playing the other Oven out this turn, but I think I'd rather just Sea Ordain. If we find a Rampage of the Clans, we actually get to kill them pretty quickly, huh? We've got a lot of things in play. I did bottom a Rampage off a Trail, but I've got 2 more in my deck. If we can dodge an Ember Cleave, we should be able to dodge a ball here. This is Seordain. You should go to their policy pages if you want to know. You should not pick a candidate just by watching them talk. You should go and read their policy pages and see what they're actually professing to do. That's the detail. All right, Torbrand probably means we're dead. Oh, do I want to activate these? Is activating these better than using Omen here? I'm not sure that it is. I think I just have to find Rampage so I can make a bunch of blockers for next turn. Is the plan. Yeah, I can't find Rampage with these. Sick. Sick. All right, not dead on board, but dead to a lot, the Jeff Hoagland story. I mean, the look on their face is probably cast Embercleave, kill us, I imagine. But, you know, we got to make a bunch of friends at least. It just doesn't matter. If they have anything, we die. That's the thing. Welcome to the combo winter, chat. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold. What's going on, Dr. Mr. Putty? Happy to be back. We literally just cast Rampage at instant speed, Texas Horror. So, yeah, it's instant speed because we literally just did that. Yeah, I'm not sure that Fight Wolf is good enough here. They're basically a combo deck, right? Fight Wolf is in my sideboard for like Mayhem Devil, I think. I don't know. Like Mayhem Devil hurts us. Nice, Beansy. Yeah, the Just Guy Bio deck is like, there are a lot of decks that are reasonable in this format that I enjoy. Just Guy Bio is definitely on the list. Okay, it's not a bad draw. So the Deckmaster thing is the person who created the project got it updated. That was not me. I'm still going to be making an effort to fork it and get another copy up before the next set releases. Just so if there's issues, we have people that are actually responsive that can fix them. Thanks, McNux. My part's easy. Yeah, I already retweeted it with my commentary, Papu. It works on mobile too, Mose. Okie doke. This is a great draw because now I get to generate a bunch of food with Uro here. And then, so I get to make 2 artifacts with Uro for 2 turns in a row here. And then next turn, in 2 turns, I get to do this and make a bunch of 3/3s. This makes a bunch of stuff too, right? If we draw an untapped land next turn, I could do this and this. Perfect. So gotta put full control mode on so we can respond to our own trigger here. Eat this. And well, I mean, even if we lose this match 0-2, at least the premise of our deck got to do the thing, huh? Like, our goal was certainly accomplished. So like I have, this is 6, 7, I'll get 8 3/3s next turn. Now, I don't know that I have time to put out purely politically related content, fact to fiction. If you ever want to talk about specifics here during the Magic stream, I'm always happy to talk about random life stuff, including that. So they get to attack with everything, pump the Phoenix, and then kill us. They're dead to this, right? That's right. You can win game 3 on the play, but I got to do it this game. That's all I wanted. I exist here on the Diamond 4 rank floor, attempting to do the things. And the thing was done. And that's all you could really ask for, chat. All you could really ask for is the thing getting done. Yes, yes. Rampage can kill an Embercleave with the right timing. Hey, Jeff, YouTube watcher and a first-time subscriber. That was sweet. Hey, Sulfrun. Good to have you here in chat. Glad you enjoyed the YouTube stuff, too. Sure. Land's hurt a little bit, but the spells are fine. Stretch goal, kill an Embercleave with Rampage. Seems reasonable. Looking for another land here. Perfect. We're taking 4 here down to 4 or 14. So I think my plan here is tapped land, Witch's Oven, Trail of Crumbs, pass. I agree, son. Based on the feedback I get from doing it, I understand why other people shy away from it. People who support people who are hateful like Donald Trump often don't like being reminded that he's hateful. Think we're dead, right? This is their 4th turn, right? They played their land this turn. Yeah, because we used Uro, right? Rough. At least we'll always have that second game together. At least we'll always have that second game together. The memories will last. Looking for some more lands here. Think we're just sea ordaining. It's our best chance to hit a land. I assume there is not going to be a ban and restricted update today. If there was going to be a ban and restricted update today, it likely would have already happened. Usually they happen in the mornings. In other words, welcome to combo winter. Well, I'm gonna blame my Uncrustable for that one. Ob's meant to cast this in response. think I want all the lands at this point.
I'll protect you.
Theros printed 3 new combo decks. For someone who asked, they don't know Pioneer, but what's going on? Theros printed 3 new combo decks into Pioneer. 3 of them. If you're not playing combo in Pioneer right now, you basically need to be playing a fast disruptive deck to really be competitive. Even the Sultai Delirium deck is like mid-rangey, but it's still a pretty fast and disruptive deck. Yeah, but it got pushed into overdrive with the format. That deck was much worse without the new card. Inverter with Jace technically existed too, but not in a way that's meaningful to talk about. It was all planned, Turnpike Bear. I think if all 3 of my kids were super little, it would be scary, but like, Jake just turned 6. Like, by the time the new kid's gonna be able to like crawl or walk, Jake will be 7 and Declan will be almost 6. So like, I don't think it'll be too difficult. So, for the record, something that I think is very important to point out is I don't think the fact that Theros introduced so many combos into Pioneer makes it a failure. I think the failure to manage Pioneer and address those combos is a failure. But I don't think the fact that they just exist in general is inherently bad. How many sub gifts to name the new kid? Enough for me to retire.
Let's try this.
There are so many with thoughtfulness before action.
Yeah, I think 7 figures I could talk Christy into it. Less than 7 is a tough sell. Kyle Galloway, thanks for the quarter of year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. You shouldn't playtesting formats like Pioneer shouldn't be a priority. Managing those formats when issues happen should be the priority. Gosh, with all the food we have and like them gaining life too, this game's probably about to be a slog, huh? I need to take Teferi Time Raveler off the table so that way I can potentially like end step do my thing. You mentioned Talrand and Historic have added. Thank you for the biddies, Marty. Sounds fantastic. Will do. Clown Hairs, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. So I think I crack a food even though I can only draw one card with it here. Because I'm just kind of choked on mana, right? I think using my mana while I've got it is good. In fact, I already have 2 of these. So I think I'd rather just have a land here. I'm going to lead on this in case they have a Mystic Dispute. Yeah, Trail technically doesn't draw cards. Trail technically looks at the cards and puts one of them into our hand, which is different. Troll King with Oven is pretty sweet, huh? Because, like, we get to sack the Troll King. Hey, Snake TV, thanks for the quarter of a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Big Daddy Troll is hungry. Yep, Oven also decent with Uro. That is true. Rapner, thanks for the 32 months. Welcome back.
That's more like it. Let's slow this down.
Well, shoot. Silly blue-white control players putting actual win conditions in their deck. If they didn't have the decency to put win conditions in their deck, we'd probably be okay here. I don't know, we can beat the second trawler, huh? I can, like, gain some life here, I guess. But that doesn't even really do anything, right? It just treads water. They have 35 cards in their deck. Yeah, I think it's time to go to the next one. We're dealing clock damage, mostly to ourselves. Our deck's pretty click intensive, so I don't know that I really want to sit there and, like, try and clock them. Dispute and Stroke both sound fine. Maybe Cavalier of Thorns is the cut here. It's not particularly good against their exile removal. I don't know what that card does, Kyle. Oh, I guess this blocks Trawler, right? That's relevant. Hey, just trim eggs, they're kind of filler. Just trim around the edges. I agree Stroke can be a little awkward in this matchup. I think Dream Trawler and their, what's it called? Their Dream Trawler and like Conqueror's Death are good enough though that I want to bring them in.
I am not going to sit this one out. Oh, I've done the hero thing before. Trust me, I have a plan.
Alright, well, that's one card late, but still okay, pretty reasonable. Let's jam this. This fills the bin up for Uro and gets us a land, which is nice.
Here we go.
I wonder if there's supposed to be a Jace in my deck. In my 75, maybe in the sideboard for these longer matchups. Because between Cavalier and
Try this.
like Uro and Trail, decking could potentially be a real concern. Oracle, sure, right. I forgot Oracle's a thing. I guess Oracle's a weaker individual card quality than Jace, though. Like, Jace is better when you draw it on its own, if that makes sense. Which has some real upside. I think I'm in for both of those. Land here, lets me go shock this in, play this. Hide your memes, chat! They're coming for our memes! What did my memes ever do to you? My fun has never been so thoroughly policed before. That's the part where they sweep me. Oh yeah, isn't this fun? Shatter the Sky on my turn with Narset out. Just incredibly rude. All right, who's got two thumbs and isn't playing around another sweeper? This guy right here.
Meditate and prepare.
Cavalier doesn't let you target itself. It says another card.
I'm known for my excellent timing. Don't worry, I got this.
I'm stealing that to tweet it, Y-Sticks. I'm stealing that to tweet it. As with all excellent tweets, they're clearly stolen. All right, what am I doing here? I can play this, I guess. They named Feasting Troll King. That's so rude. You can now read it on my Twitter feed. Yep. Oh, right. Yeah, just scry to. Right, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm gonna blame Twitter on that one.
Here we go.
Past, present, and hone your prowess.
Wow. Really surprised they didn't have a sweeper there. I was really expecting another shatter. Yeah, I think if those effects had been symmetrical, they'd be a lot less offensive. So I can't activate this because there's a spyglass on it, but I can still make a bunch of food, so we got that going for us. $30 cards in my deck. I believe still 2 copies of Rampage of the Clans. I would love to scry, thank you. And that milled a cat, so we can get the cat back. We did bid another Rampage there. All right, we're putting the memes to maximum here, chat. We've got 9 food, a couple of enchantments here. Maybe they don't have a counterspell, chat. Maybe they don't have a counterspell. Thanks for the 9 months, Sniff Power. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So if this hits Narset, if they down tick her, she dies, which is nice. They have a Shatter here, so I have to go for it at end of turn. There's the Absorb. There is one more Rampage of the Clans in my deck, right? Yeah. So close and yet so far away. Time to cycle through all of these Uros in our hand here before they bring Narset back with Conqueror's Death next turn. Do I just escape this one? Maybe I should have eaten one of these. Okay. What is it that makes WotC make decisions like this to hide information? Is it fear of criticism? What do they think criticism would lead to? Only people I know who criticize their decisions are people who are going to play regardless most of the time. They just want the game to be as best they can be. Yeah, so they're... God, that's rude. Our poor memes, chat. Our poor memes. What did my memes ever do to you, opponent? What did my memes ever do to you? We're all gonna go hungry and starve this winter, chat. We're all gonna starve this winter. Let this happen. 18 cards left in my deck. $17 cards left in my deck. I think one of the things, again, and I've talked about this a lot recently, is that when people talk about what's okay and what's not okay to ban or unban, I think they spend too much time focusing on win rates and not enough time thinking about the details of the play patterns those decks create. So, like, for example, I think the threshold for banning a deck like Nexus of Fate should be much, much lower than the threshold of banning an inherently fair deck. And that's subjective. That's an opinion. Feel free to disagree with it. I mean, to be fair, playing mono red doesn't mean you play against control less. 46 months, Tom. Thanks for keeping me around. Welcome back. I assume this spyglass is going to go on my cats here, so I'm going to go ahead and bring them back here. Yep. They have Troll King and Cauldron Familiar now. Teferi doing what he does best, bouncing busted cards. An opponent, please draw Troller and put us out of our misery. It's funny because it's sad. So tapping the Teferi here means that they don't get to draw a card with it next turn, which is ideal. Even though we can't bring the cat back, I think it's right to do.
Stop that. Now.
Start by doing this. Lukewarm take based on simple statistics. If everybody's playing the same deck, its win rate will not be 80%. Which is also something to think about too. The win rates of decks tend to be a lot lower than what I think a lot of people expect them to be. Alright, so do I Rampage with the clans here and like just clean out the spyglasses and this? I think I do. I think I do. I think I do it before I play this. So that way I can bring the cat back potentially. It's been a cute game of Magic. Totes adorbs.
Trust me, I have a plan.
They see me trolling. Do 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 do. Should they have flashed that in a response? Yeah, quite possibly. I don't know if we have cards left in our deck to win this game. I suppose I get to go double Troll King this turn. So we're like, hungry Troll King. Bring back the other Troll King. Escape Uro. Yeah, we talked about the possibility of wanting a Jace for these longer matchups. One in the sideboard might be a good idea. If we had a Jace in the sideboard, it's pretty realistic that we could win with it this game, I think. Yeah, they have a few looks at a sweeper. They've played 1, 2, 3 shatters, so they have at least one more. Some of these blue-white decks have a 5th sweeper in the sideboard. Sounds good, gentlemen. Welcome back, White Sticks. Second trawler, yep. All right, they're going to 20 here. We're actually going to be in a pretty okay spot. They have 20 cards in their deck. We have 12 in ours. I don't even know if this is good. I'm not sure there are spells left in our deck that are useful. Oh, yeah, there are. Disdainful Stroke is super useful. Sign me up. I don't know if this is lethal. Thankfully, it's not my job to figure it out. If they block a 3/3 or a 1/1 here with their trawler, I will sack that creature in response so they don't gain life. I can't believe we won that game. That was really impressive. It was kind of sweet. Rampage of the Clans getting to... Alright, I want all the Rampages. Rampage killing their stuff was awesome. Do I want Brontodon? I kind of feel like I want Brontodon. This is pretty bad against their Narsets. I'm gonna put in a pair of Brontodons just in case. There's some good slog all around. Sure. Yep, I think I'm just in for all my threats here. Golden Egg's fine. So one of the things you need to understand when you're deck building, this is a good level up type thing to know, is that just because you frequently board a card out doesn't mean that card is bad. Hey, Jeff, thanks for the sub-gifty. I appreciate that. There are cards that exist that are such a thing as good game one cards. There are cards that, I have 12 minutes left, they have 13 minutes left, so I'm actually behind, which is rare, but happens. So, a card like the Egg is a good example of a reasonable game one card. It's a filler card that gets replaced by things that have a little bit more specific use in the post-board games. And it doesn't mean the card is bad or not worth playing game one, but you still frequently board it out. Or like, another good example is, there are cards that are good post-board cards. So like, there's definitely been decks I've played in different formats where you always sideboard a specific card in, but that doesn't mean that card needs to necessarily be in your main deck. I'm going to play this before I play my land because it could incentivize them to counterspell. Oh, right. Whatever. I think it's right to do that, even though I don't draw a card, because I'd like to play Cavalier whilst holding up Disdainful Stroke next turn. So it feels bad, and I didn't think about this, but I think even thinking about this, this is still the play this turn. Don't need a third land. Maybe I do. Am I scrying with this Omen or not? Let's just play this. Yep. So, do I stroke Conqueror's Death this turn? I think the answer is yes. Sure. Wonder if they name Trollgak here. I get to look at our hand here and know we have the stroke lying in wait. Well, they could probably suspect that from the fact that I've been, like, shocking to hold up 2 mana. The deck queue is dark and full of terrors. For sure. Huh? Alright, so I think I'm just gonna, like, make a food and then do this. Yeah, they named Troll King with that. And then, like, if they sweep this turn, I get to put a card back on top, and then I, like, Troll King, bring back Troll King. You cannot name food. Food is not a magic card. I think I'm in for a Trail of Crumbs, huh? Why didn't we hold that as an instinct? Because I wanted it to resolve. Do I lead on Trail? They know about both of them. Go. Speaking of level up moments in Magic, another very good level up moment is the moment when you realize that just because your card is an instant doesn't mean you should wait to play it on their end step. It's a good thing to keep in mind. Ginger Cakes, thanks for the 31 months. Do you have a Wrath here? Okay, they do. They need yet another Wrath though, right? So I just get to go, like, Troll King, bring back Troll King again? Hold on, folks. I'm going to do it again. And, like, this is an okay draw, because it means if they do have another Wrath, I'm a goose or a Trail of Crumbs away from getting my king back again. Yeah, Troll King plays really well with itself.
Might be a bad idea.
Is the Teferi into third Wrath? It's not. Okay. Huh. Alright, well, this here. I know what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. There's some details to like leaving what's in my board there. Or leaving what's in my graveyard there, because I do have Cavalier of Thorns in my deck, which can be relevant. I think I just go ahead and do this now. Perfect. Extra Sea Ordain sounds fine. Yeah, this deck's been a hoot. Had a fun. We lost to mono red, but the game was fun, and this has been a good old slog here. It is worth noting they have a Blast Stone on their side of the table here. Actually, but you can tell a match has been long if my round timer shows up. It's pretty rare that my match timer shows up. This game just been like a genuinely long set. Both mine and my opponent's timers are up. This deck we're playing has a lot of micro decisions in it. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Bloodbath. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Think I just pass here? So they need a counter spell and a sweeper, otherwise they're dead. Although I guess they get to gain. I can kill them with Cat Oven, right? No, I don't have extra ways to kill this, Justin. It's like I have enough food to bring it back a bunch, but I don't have enough ways to. That's really good. So these are gonna gain them 14 currently. So still have them dead on the backswing at the moment. If they sweep after attacking with both trawlers, yeah, definitely save in. So we're going to 5, they're going to 18. Big swing. Cavalier's a good pickup. So if they have Shatter plus a Mystic Dispute, they're gonna kill our board here. But like, even if they have Shatter plus Dispute, we're not in a bad spot here. Okay, now they can have Shatter plus Veto. They have Conqueror's Death plus Land plus Dispute. Oh, wow. So they baited me. if I would have not used this, we'd have won here. That was well played. The game's not over. We're not just dead, but it is worth noting that I messed up. Is Oven lethal? Oven's lethal, right? 'Cause I have 14 here. Am I supposed to push for lethal here? Cat is lethal too. There's 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in the bottom of my deck. So I have 19 cards. And in my 19 cards, there's 2 cats and 3 ovens. I think we're pretty likely to win here. Okay, sweet. This was a clutch match. Just absurd on many accounts. Yeah, we had a lot of looks to hit there, but I wouldn't have even been in this position if we would have played around the Mystic Dispute. What's that? It was an awesome set. This deck's kind of sweet. Troll King, like, really punching the clock and going to work there, huh? Well, I got them with Rampage in one of the games and ground them out with these in another. All right, we're not going to be done with this deck because I'm having a good time, but I do need to hit a quick ad break so I can run to the restroom and brush my teeth and put my Invisalign back in. So we'll be back in like 2 minutes or so with another couple matches of Sultai Rampage. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. We had mana for another scry too. Yeah. So I had 5 more looks there technically. A lot of chances to hit what we were looking for. Opponent's username is Slugfest. They probably would have been partial to the match we just played. Yeah, this hand's great. Turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Trail is wonderful. Ramp. Oh, Team Wreck. Okay. So I haven't seen Ramp in a while. Team Wreck's been popular, though. I think I just used the Goose to draw a card here with Trail. Try and hit some land drops. Yeah, maybe I'd rather have the Goose there, actually. I already have a Cavalier. Wouldn't mind more cheap things, I suppose. They were really scared of my Goose, chat. I guess they just didn't want this to come down the following turn. Huh, that's kind of funny. I think I'm going to try and save Rampage of Clans for post. I think I'm going to try and save it for post Troll King here. Hey, afternoon, Admiral. Or morning out of the left coast, I suppose. So we'll get to end step, Omen of the Sea, plus use Golden Egg off of this. Draw a card with Trail of Crumbs. Hopefully curve this into this into this. A lot of these large, chunky threats they don't have ways to kill. Hopefully they can't kill us in the meantime. One of the things that's funny about Rampage of the Clans is this is technically a main deck way to interact with their copies of Reclamation, right? So not the reason we're playing it, but this does destroy their artifacts and enchantments too. Saw that come up against Sorcerer's Spyglass against our opponent in the last match. So really need to draw some lands. Maybe I should have taken the egg. Yeah, that was greedy. I have enough beef in my hand. Yeah, I should have taken the egg there. Made some loose decisions. We did get killed by RDW already, yes. You should probably just assume that almost anything sweet we're playing on this stream is going to die in a horrible Blaze to red deck. That's just like what the red deck does. Okay, 3 shots of a land. Ideally want 2 lands for the next 2 turns, but settle for 1. Beggars won't be choosers. Huh? Alright, I'm going to keep the oven, since we hit the land guaranteed. So, if this finds an untapped land, we get to deploy the Witch's Oven next turn as well, which would be great. Well, I guess it's worth noting this does take quad green, so we're hoping that the land that this finds is green. They could have a counterspell here. Would not be surprised to see that happen. I think they almost thought about countering this. Arena devs confirm there's no plan to get rid of or change the vault, but I don't understand. The vault's just a temporary feature while we figure out what we're going to do in the meantime. At least we have a friends list. Yep. Oh, look at all my friends, chat. I'm so popular. I'm so popular. I'll be popular. Do 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 do. Enjoy your cards. They also mentioned that they're going to start with a historic cube to get the largest pool of cards once cube is implemented. Sure. I'd be surprised if we don't see cube this year. I think they would be leaving an incredible amount of money on the table if they don't release cube this year. If they like dollars, and boy do we know they do, cube should happen this year. Who's a hungry little troll king? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. If there's one thing we know Watsy likes, it's the Benjamins. All about the Benjamins, baby. This reclamation list, reclamation. Yeah, they've been very bad at drawing their reclamation so far. Chadwick. Well, I'm glad we've got Rampage of the Clans. Okay. I think I'm in for Omen, because it's another 3/3. So they're going to cast a blue spell and diddle my Troll King. They plan to counterspell this on the way back down? What's the deal with Brazen Borrower anyways? I really hope they burn a counterspell on this, because if they burn a counterspell on this, they're less likely to have one for the Rampage of the Clans later. Which would be ideal. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. If they don't have a counterspell and they don't kill us next turn, we'll be able to Rampage kill them. I don't want to put a stop on their main phase because I don't want them to be able to play Storm's Wrath and sweep my board. I guess that's not true. If they Storm's Wrath and sweep my board, they're through one of each. Yeah, maybe I am just supposed to do it main phase. Yeah, that's probably the case. If they Storm's Wrath, I still have plenty of stuff left over. Like I still have Troll King and like I have another Troll King. Yeah, that's fine. That's what I just want to stop them from killing me at their end step. Can you think of any cards in Arena that still need foils? Yeah, all of them. Scale of 1 to dead. What are we working with here? Hopefully closer to the dead side of the scale. Show me potato salad. Oh, do 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 do. All right, so Gust is good, Stroke is good, Dispute's probably fine, Rampage seems fine, maybe Brontodon. I've got a lot of potential cards that could be good to board in here. The question is, how do I want to break them up? Eggs, easy filler to cut out. I feel like all of these is too many. Yeah, Troll King and Cavalier being tough for them to remove are really good. I guess Brontodon just eats it to... Brontodon eats it to their sweeper, which is not ideal. Maybe I don't want that for that reason. Do I need all the Rampage of the Clans? Maybe I don't want the 4th copy of that. Just trim around the edge on a Goose too. Seems fine. Sure, Swag, like, a lot of these cards seem good. That's not helpful feedback. So, like, what should I be cutting and why should I be cutting it if you want Dispute in my deck? What is Dispute better than? Sideboarding's not about just putting in the good cards, but finding the best cards. That's an old command. There weren't bans today. Unless there's something that I need to refresh. No, there weren't bans today. That should be Delcom. In. Does he need to be updated for the data bans? Good question. Does it have like stone cold nothing going on? Omen of the sea, omen of the sea, do 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 beep do 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 do. Sure. We'll probably gust that when it escapes later. Opponent getting solidly ahead of us on mana here. Yeah, like Amash, like I said, the rec deck's been putting up a ton of results, but every time we play against it, it's just like, seems like a wet noodle. It's like flops right over. No bands today, my love has gone to waste, Pioneer is screwed and Modern is poo, but how could they know just what this message means? The end of my hopes, the end of my dreams. Oh, it's such sad poetry. It's such sad poetry. I need to sing it. I don't recognize what tune that's to offhand. You okay? Alright. So I think the plan here is main phase 2, I'll gust this. Actually, they cracked this fetch land. We'll gust it in response to that. So we'll go Sea Ordain, Aether Gust this turn, and then next turn we can hopefully stick Rampage of the Clans and kill them. That's phenomenal. Alright, so we'll keep... Actually, I think I want the Uro, because Uro will be a good follow-up in the event that... they, like, can sweep or beat our thing. So I think we do this, and we pass. And then, on their turn, I will probably eat the goose with the oven, and then Rampage. Because I can Aether Gust a sweeper this turn. Easy game, easy life. All right, let's play one more with this before we roll on to the next one. Sneaper keeper. Looks like a sneaper keeper. Sneaper keeper. Doo 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 doo. Doo 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 doo. Sweet. Things that is not. Mono red. You ever played an actual game of Magic against Team Rec on stream? Team Rec doesn't really play games of Magic. Team Rec is another combo deck, chat. We are currently living in combo winter. It is yet another combo deck in this format full of combo decks.
Sorry I'm late.
What would you like to bounce? None of it's very appealing. They bounce like the oven. They're just doing nothing, sure.
I'll protect as soon as I think of one.
Play design is all Johnny's? Maybe. Maybe. I think I'd rather... So, like, if I eat my goose here, they don't get to draw a card. And I think my goose is worth denying them a random card draw here. I'm excited for the next one blue-green legendary card. Yeah, me too. They're taking my Trail of Crumbs. Yep, that makes sense. Seems good. Full control mode here. Cast, Uro. Sack it to the oven. Building up our food stores here. Gobble, gobble. Ha! Rampage will give us our Trail of the Crumbs back too, which is great. If this resolves, we go up to 9 food. If it doesn't resolve, we get to just bring it back into play. No big deal. This pauses the blue-white control player, realizing how awful this card is for them. And like... if they sweep next turn, it's like not a big deal because I get to make food and then bring back the Troll King. Oh no, please don't Conqueror's Death my Troll King. How will we ever beat that? Oh, wait, oops. Man, I don't know if this deck is good, but it's definitely great. It's a good old time all around. Well, people aren't playing this probably because I built it this morning before I went live. Gosh, are they dead? They're like really close to dead, right? Speaking of dead, is my client dead? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Bueller? Y'all still see me, right? I haven't dropped any frames. These people are wonderful. You should check out their stuff. BCW card supplies, Grimoire deck boxes, great custom deck box in a wonderful variety of styles. Cardsphere.com, NRG Championship Series, inkedgaming.com. Hold, please. So if I attack with everything and they block a cat, they die, right? Because I sack the cat they block Yeah, they have to chump this. They get it back, I guess, but that's not that big of a deal. It depends on what it is. Thanks. You should fill out the form. Sometimes decks are bad. I don't want to play them again. Huh? Do I want to do? Do I want to do this? I have to exile my whole yard to do that. I think I just oven go here, huh? I think we just oven go. Omen of the sea, omen of the sea. Do 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 do. That's super punishing for not bringing back Thorough. The good news is I get to force a jump block here. So I get to attack with just Troll King next turn. And they have to block or they die. I'm not attacking with these, so I'm going to wait to bring them back in case we draw a Trail of Crumbs. Am I supposed to put this other the Troll King back into play here? I feel like I probably am, because if they do draw a sweeper, I get to like eat 2 things and then re-escape this again. Get you later, Saban. I should still be here in 2 hours, planning to go till about 5 o'clock today. With this draw, I'm actually definitely going to bring back the Troll King because this is a free 2 food. Oh, it's not. I'm dumb. This is how the legend rule works. I can't respond to it. Yeah, never mind. That's fine. It still replaces itself, right? I think I still bring this back. I'm dumb though. Details. Go. Hello, Christy Lynn. Gobble, gobble. Are they... They're like relatively close to dead here. They have to chump block with this next turn? No, they don't, because they have a castle. We're definitely super far ahead. Well, it is kind of the Jeff show. If we weren't super far ahead before... Do 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 do. If you know where he lives, you can go to his house and demand more emotes. I think I just passed for now. Need to try and play a little bit quicker. The opponent actually has very close to the same amount of time as us. It's actually behind on clock the last time we played this matchup. I think my plan here is if they attack with Trawler, I'm gonna block with Cavalier and then sack it. Because I think this attack means they found the sweeper, and I just don't want them to gain life. Did I just click through blocks? No, okay. I was like, did I mess that up? I'm gonna put an Uro on top of my deck here, because it's like free food. Our last blue-white opponent didn't cleansing us, but it's not completely unheard of. I think I leave this uneaten, even though it would give me more food, because it gives me an extra card with the Shatter, which is great. Oh, gosh. If I was playing, I could have put Rampage on top, right? I could have put Rampage on top. I didn't think about that, because, like, if we were thinking about Shatter, Shatter draws us a card. This deck's been a total hoot. It's been a really good set.
Oh, I've done the hero thing.
Are they dead? They're dead, right? I just, like, bring back 2 cats, drain them to 4, attack them for 2, drain them for 2 again. Get ground out. Troll King's been, this is our second time playing against blue-white control in this set, and Troll King's just been super duper impressive. Been really, really happy with Sir Trolls. I think I do this. Couple of Brontodons for their Banishing Lights, extra Rampage in, 'cause it's good for blowing them out. Couple of Disdainful Strokes to counter Trawler, Conqueror's Death, and Sweepers. Kneel before your king. Bend the knee. He's hungry and he's coming for you. Small price spike on Rampage of the Clans. That card's been reasonable too. Blown some people. Yeah, one wild card. Probably already have copies of it from opening booster packs, so that's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Sure. Since Wizards forced me to play in events for Historic, I'm going to end up paying for all my packs with the next set drops using gold. Yeah, it's not... The events are good dollars. I think I just sit here and make food with this goose. Because if I sit here and make food with the goose, when they counter my Troll King, I get to just bring it back for free, right? So I think while they're sitting here holding up mana, I just do this. Because it's like, oh, I should have shocked in to play Cat, though. Yeah, that was their thing. I should have shocked in a land to play Cat, because my health total doesn't really matter, and pressuring theirs does. Second blue-white control. We played 4 matches, 2 have been blue-white. Named Witch's Oven. That's a decision. They named Witch's Oven? Really? Do I counter that? Do I kill this? Well, that just worked. Okay. Alright, change of plans. We're gonna draw some cards. Well, Troll King costs 6, so casting Troll King's not illegal. Not a legal play there. I think I'm in for the threat here. Sure. Don't mind me, just sitting over here being very patient. Kitties are going to give them the slow beatdown. Eventually they spend some mana to deal with things on the board. They named Witch's Oven with this. They know about this Disdainful Stroke. So I wonder what that says. Does that play... That feels like Conquer's Death to me, right? What do we think? Conquer's Death? Anybody else think that smells like Conquer's Death? Could be a second trawler. Yep, that's true. That's a tasty draw. That's a tasty draw. They're like in the tank over what that shock means. Okay. Not 100% sure that play's even good there. I feel like it probably is. There's the Conqueror's death we expected was coming. Yeah, Troll Kings work really well in pairs too, because when they kill the first Troll King, you cast the second, and then you get to bring the other one from your graveyard back, which is really powerful. Second Conqueror's Death. That's probably unbeatable. They're gonna bounce the one on one here. Oh, okay, sure. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Yeah, I think Sagas are great game design. Quite sweet cards. I guess I don't want to kill their Teferi, because if I kill their Teferi, this has something to get back yet. Cats attack for free? No? Like, I don't have unlimited food. Like, throwing the cats away to just, like, attack for no reason doesn't accomplish anything. So the problem is, Brad, I could have, like, been a little bit aggressive, but ultimately it just doesn't accomplish anything, right? Like, I could have attacked their face a couple of times, but their 8/8 would have eaten my stuff on the in-between, and then not killing them, Dream Trawler means they stabilize really hard. So, like, attacking their board doesn't, or attacking their face doesn't really accomplish anything, because I'm not meaningfully pressuring their life total, and this is just going to buffer it all right back up, and I lose a bunch of my resources in the meantime. Think I'm just passing here? think the plan is to chump block with my Cavalier and then Rampage next turn. Just like hope for the best. This might be we need to go to game 3. Yeah, the fact that Trawler doesn't trade with this after it comes back with Conqueror's Death is a big deal.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Is Trail of Crumbs? Trail of Crumbs is probably the play to win line, actually, right? Yeah, if we're gonna resolve something, let's resolve Trail. Yeah, good chance it doesn't matter when we get counterspelled. Like the blue-white control story. None of your decisions matter and you're gonna get counterspelled. It's like not even worth talking about a counterspell because in the event that they have it, we're just gonna lose. Just try and kill their Planeswalker here. So they get to eat my 6/6, but then eventually comes back later, right? Down the line. Probably should have played the Trail of Crumbs pre-combat, so that way I could just concede when they play Absorb and save myself some time. Yeah, they have Kiora, Best the Sea God. Where their Kraken came from. That's exactly correct. Which, the 8/8 hexproof from that is a large part of the reason that they're in this game. It doesn't matter, and then you die. I think I'm happy that I boarded. We're gonna run it back. Precious seconds lost, yep. What am I cutting for dispute? Remember, if you want to recommend a sideboarding change, it's not just as simple as saying, hey, this card seems good, bring it in. Sideboarding is a one-to-one process. It's not about just bringing in all your good cards, it's about having your best 60. Do you think a card in my sideboard is better than something that we've currently submitted? Make a discussion for why it's better. Help us understand. Relay your point. It's a good draw. Get this in under a counterspell here. Start generating some cards with it. I'm gonna just eat the food and draw a card here, I think.
There are so many myths to keep an open mind.
Feels bad to find that one after they put Narset on the table, but it is what it is. I think I play Thrashy Beast, this way I can try and pressure their Planeswalker here. And then next turn we can go Trail, tapped land, Omen, draw a card. Obviously we'll Omen on their turn since Narset prevents us from drawing one on our turn. You know, fingers crossed they don't just go like Time Raveler bounce by Brontodon, then like my whole plan blows up. Questions like that aren't really useful, Dr. Mr. Punny, because there's too many context things, like, if I have dispute, like, what do I not have, etc. I think the downside of them having Teferi in play and drawing a bunch of blanks that you can't cast is too high. That's the reason why I don't want a bunch of disputes in my deck. Blood Wolf, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for keeping me around. Maybe I'm supposed to shock that land in there. So this way if they have Conqueror's Death, I could sack it to kill the Conqueror's Death in response. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to shock that land in there. Okay, I think I'm supposed to shock that too, man. My health total doesn't really matter here. Usually they win by miles, not inches.
I have practiced against thoughtfulness before action.
If they don't have a way to take Thrashy off the table here and we get to kill Narset, we're in a pretty okay spot. That was a real fast pass. Unfortunately, I don't have 2 more blue mana here, so I can't, or another blue mana, so I can't Sea Ordain this turn, which kind of feels bad. Unfortunate that Temple of Mystery was tapped there. Trading Conqueror's Death 1-for-1 for my Brontodon here seems real weird. They must have a second one, right? I think I just YOLO the Troll King here, even though they could have another Conqueror's Death, because in the event that they Conqueror's Death this, I have a bunch of food now for this or to work with the Trail of Crumbs. Yeah, I think I'm into Witch's Oven. If you ever come in late to a deck, you can always find the deck list on your screen via the Stream Decker widget on mobile. It's the little SD icon. You can also type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. Always try and spend time and work hard to make sure the information you want is accessible to you at home. So they have Narset in the bin. Teferi, sure.
I am not going to sit this one out.
I mean, you listed what the deck does, Vaughn. Like, I'm confused as to your question, because, like, you listed off the reason to play the deck. It's like, am I playing the decks for the reasons you just listed? Yes. Those are the reasons we put, those are what those cards do. Oh, Teferi Conqueror's Death is so gross. me. Part of me wants to just like YOLO and hope for no sweeper. That's probably bad though. I'm gonna play in this deck for over 2 hours. I'm gonna YOLO. Rampage sound is still A+.
This might be a bad idea.
It's actually a really good draw. Magic sucks, and then your board dies. So they could have a counter spell, but they could also just be like, have these activations that they're not clicking through. They're looking at my graveyard, so it feels like they probably have a counter spell here. Well, that's a 2. They have 1 card left in their hand. Troll King on top of our deck sounds great. Got 2 Uros in the bin. Not guaranteed to win from here, but I feel like we're a little bit ahead depending on how good their last card is. Obscene Sanity. Thank you for the 21 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
Don't worry, I got this.
So, Goose is a wonderful draw here. We've got Maverick to pair with it, so if they counter this, I get to slam Goose and make a food and bring it back, which is wonderful. That being said, I think I do even just play this out here. Seems fine. Yeah, we're through 2 Conqueror's Death at this point. He's 50, of course he did. Ow. Ow. Can't help it that I'm an old man, chat. Why you have to be so mean? How long have we been on this deck? A little over 2 hours. I think this is only our 4th match, though. Has anybody been counting? I feel like this is only our 4th match. We've played against a lot of blue-white. We're eating my oven.
That's more like it.
Like, I technically only lose 1 food taking this line, which is nice. That'll be good for next turn. Drawing a counter spell on a board where both the cards you want to use it on and Tef. Yep. Oh, Teferi. It's like, well, that's kind of late, but at the same time, like, Teferi. Maybe they'll have a sweeper here. We could also see them bounce Uro or Troll King here. I think if they go to bounce one of my things here, I'm going to eat it with the Witch's Oven, just so I deny them the card draw. Obviously, if they shatter, they might not shatter till our turn if they're gonna shatter, like deny us the oven activation. Basically, we're gonna hit to honk the goose at end of turn and make a food up to 6 food. Interesting that they decided to shatter at sorcery speed. I guess they want to be able to cast a card that they draw that's useful. Man, the minority is blue-white control, often easier to play than more aggressive decks. Yeah, the games you win with blue-white control are pretty straightforward. The goals of what you're trying to accomplish tend to, like, either your stuff lines up or it doesn't. What are the times? They just had their timer pop up. Mine's getting close. Just again, just another genuinely long match of Magic. They've got 7.5 minutes. I've got 9.5 minutes. Yes! The Grimoire deck box is a kind of a fancy deck box type solution. Do I want a second Troll King? I don't think I do, right? I think I just pass. This format is super slow. Disagree. Blue-white control is a super slow deck. This format in general is pretty brutal and combo-based overall. The Grimoire boxes come for individual deck sizes, as well as larger sizes that you can put multiple decks or even an entire cube in. Do they have another sweeper? They do. Okay. Yeah, glad I didn't bring back the other one. So we make 4 food here. And then I think I just put Trail back on top of my deck, huh? Just like plan to draw infinite cards, 25 cards in my deck. Yeah, this is still my turn. Oh, I can just bring this back, can't I? Good call. This isn't sorcery speed. It's one of those weird, can only do this on your turn cards. Do I want to bring back a second one? I think I do, right? Yeah, I totally would have missed that. If they have double Conqueror's Death here, we get in trouble, but like they've already played 2 Conqueror's Death. Think we're probably fine. And, like, if they bounce one of these to buy themselves tempo, it gets to make 3 more food when it comes back down, which is, like, pretty great. And in the event we get this Teferi off the table, these Disdainful Strokes probably lock the game up, assuming they don't immediately find a third one. Well, so much for getting him off the table, huh? Yeah, I agree. This archetype feels genuinely good in this matchup. We're 1 land short, or we're 1 card short of escaping an Uro here, which really sucks. Nothing I can really do about it. Really wanted to put 2 threats into play this turn, unfortunately just can't. That's a heck of an animation there. Pretty good. Ooh, shiny. Zach, Omen EOT. No, I'm gonna use the trail.
I am not making this up as I go.
There are no more scheduled ban list updates, Durka Durka. Last scheduled ban list update, they banned future scheduled ban list updates. Every Monday there could be an update, or there could be nothing. You're just left guessing.
I know 88 ways. I have just the trick for this.
No, we've just played 2-hour-long matches. We've only played 4 matches. Just 2 of them were against blue-white and took almost the entire time. Like, my opponent has 5 minutes on their clock right now, and I have 8. And the last match against blue-white went in a very similar manner. Okay, so getting to kill that there bodes really well for us, because now I have 2 Disdainful Strokes. That was their 3rd 3-mana Teferi, so they could have 1 more here. That's a good one. It's possible this deck wants a 3rd Cavalier of Thorns too. Yeah, if their last they have a Narset Impulse too and a Dream Trawler draw, so like bad things could definitely happen to us here. Looking to fade 4-mana Teferi. I agree that if they're with no more scheduled updates, they should every Monday, they should just say no changes if there's going to be no changes to not leave people guessing. I also think it would be useful if in situations like what we're in right now, they would say, hey, no changes, and God, fuck this card, man. This format is just so close to being good, and this card is just such a giant stain. It's so awful. Just every format of Magic is worse because of this flipping card. Please delete War of the Spark. Just like a game that's just like super interesting, that's just like all the strategic value is stripped the flip out of it because of this miserable card. incredibly frustrating. And like this taps our stuff now. I have Cauldron Familiar to block this at least, I suppose. Hey, thanks for the 37 months, Voltaic. Welcome back. Okay, I think I do this and I put Rampage on top of our deck.
I've got time.
So the plan next turn is probably just die because they have Heliod's intervention that just makes my stuff not matter, I guess. And I can't do this. Yeah. It's a pretty frustrating end to an otherwise interesting set. I guess I get to just skip past the Rampage of the clans here, because they're going to destroy all my stuff anyways. I mean, the good news is the Planeswalkers having static text isn't a thing that really exists anymore, so... Alright, fine. I forgot to bring this back. I just don't even want to play anymore. Just like, it's taken all of the joy out of me. Like, I was having such a good day, and then I was like, alright, here's the fourth one. You suffered through 3 of them. Why not deal with the 4th one too? I don't know. Yeah, we had a good set overall. We got kind of run over by Mono Red. That's probably the norm. Mono Red's a really fast, efficient combo deck. We probably want a 4th Cavalier of Thorns. The Rampage of the Clans were like fine, but 3 was probably too many. I wanted to have 3 in the main with a 4th in the board because it was the build around submission. But if I were to try this again, I would play the 4th Cavalier for sure. Cavalier lines up very well against Dream Trawler, which I think is important. Oven was great. I think the decision of only playing 3 cats was reasonable because we're okay at finding them between Trail and Cavalier of Thorns. Witch's Oven alongside these 2 cards is really useful in the face of all the exile removal running around, keeps them recursive threats that keep coming back. I kind of feel like I want a way to spot remove Planeswalkers in the board, but I'd have to mess up the mana for that. I don't know that I really want to put enough black cards to like support Murderous Rider or something. I feel like that probably pulls me in a different direction. Yeah, maybe Trophy could be okay. That could be reasonable. You can't find Trophy with Trail of Crumbs, but like between Omen and Uro, we like see enough cards. Yeah, so playing a couple of trophies is probably fine. Yeah, I mean, the reason I want to take Planeswalkers off the table is because of their static Kex, so like Spyglass just doesn't do anything. I don't know. This was neat. As I said, I'm a little bit sad that like another otherwise interesting game was ended by Teferi, but it is what it is. All right, in the words of the greatest poet of our generation, we're just gonna shake it off. We had to cut the line for the next one, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit a quick ad roll. I can't tease it because I got to get it imported. We'll be back in just a few minutes with some green-white tokens. Hopefully, have a little bit better run than that last one we just played. So back in a few.